So we're live. Welcome to the sixth client meeting. Here today it's me, João, Chet, our client, Patrick, and Salim. So today we are going to. Let me just share my screen a little bit, just so you guys can see the agenda as well. So we are going to do a small retrospective with things that we did in the sprint. After that, I believe we don't have a lot of questions, but we want to show you a screen and get your feedback on something. So we'll be doing the 1 and the 2 at the same time. Then if you have any questions, it's your time. And then we'll talk a little bit about priorities and the just confirmation of the next meeting.
Okay.
So okay, sorry. Here. Okay. So this week we've been quite busy. We solved a bunch of new things, and we are going to be able today to show you the login page. We also did some work, and we're practically finished on changing the agency attributes in the administration part, as well as the branches of the agencies. And we would like to show you the current wireframe for the registration of the job seeker, so you can get us your feedback in terms of the fields that are present there, so we can know if there are too many fields or if we're missing something. Okay. So Patrick is going to walk us a little bit through the first things. Is going to show us the login page and the other changes in the administration. Okay. Just stop presenting.
So
just put Patrick to present to everybody. Okay. So Patrick.
So can everybody see my screen okay and actually read, or is it too small?
I can see it.
And you can read the words?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this screen looks familiar. It's kind of the same what we had before. We do have a new and improved login screen or form that pops up here. And basically it just asks you for your email address and your password as before, but it's a little bit prettier than what we had before, a little bit stylistically more pleasing. I'm just going to use my password manager to log in so I don't have to type all that stuff. So once I logged in, get a nice little message confirming I've signed in successfully. Maybe we ought to change that message to say logged in successfully because we're calling it login. But anyway, when I do that, you can see what happened at the top here is I have this admin button. I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago because I think it was available. So because John here is an administrator, the agency admin, he has this special thing called admin. So when he clicks on that, he goes to the administration page, and this is kind of the home page for the agency administrator person. And so they can see pertinent information for the agency, like the name, phone numbers, all that good stuff. We can edit that. I'll click on that in a second. You can see all the agency branches that the agency has. So the branch, as we talked about 2 weeks ago, Chet, we decided to add a code, a numeric, or it could be, this could be an eight-character code. It could be alphanumeric. It could be alpha. It could be numeric like this. It could be anything you want. So anyway, we identify each branch by a code. A branch right now basically is an address with a code attached to it. I think as we grow this thing, we'll have different attributes we assign to each branch. Like, as maybe there's a branch manager, for instance, who's responsible for that branch. But anyway, it's a starting point. We've got the scaffolding. We can hang more things off of it. And then we also have agency personnel. There'll be other things that will show up on this page as I add more things to it, but the people in the agency itself are listed here. There's Chet, who's a case manager and a job developer. I have a create person here, which is not implemented. By the way, this software here from this point on down is about a half hour old, so if anything breaks, be prepared. So in each of these, for the branches, I can click the button to create a branch. I'll show you that in a second. I can also click this button, create person. That's not implemented yet, so that will fail on me. But anyway, you get the idea. So this is kind of how the flow goes. So I can edit the agency by clicking this button. So let me go ahead and do that. So here's the agency. I'll just change, a few things. Let's just add some here. And then I can say update agency. And then we have our changes noted here. Also, we get a nice confirmation up here, successfully updated.
Okay.
So that's kind of the update, edit the agency. There's no delete the agency here because I'm the agency administrator, so I can't delete my own agency, and basically I can't use the system anymore. We've talked about kind of a super admin who would see multiple agencies. We haven't built that functionality yet, Chet, but that person would be able to create and delete agencies themselves. But as an agency admin, I can only do things consistent within the agency.
Okay.
So that's edit agency. I've got the branches here. I can create a branch. Before I do that, let me just show if I click on one of these codes, I will actually go see the view of the branch. This is not much information here, but as I said before, we will have more information associated with each branch. In fact, let me go back. I chose an agency that doesn't seem to have any people. Let me see if I can find an agency. Yeah, so this agency 002 actually has chat you associated with that branch. You're at this branch. So there'll be more information we attach to the agency view screen. I could also edit the branch, or I could delete the branch. Let me just go and edit real quickly. Let's change its code to 020 for whatever reason. So it's now branch 020. Branch successfully updated. There's the updated branch name. I could also just delete it because I'm the agency admin. I have power over this. So you get a confirmation box. So do you really want to delete that branch? Once the branch is deleted, it's gone. So we have to be careful with that. That's why, by the way, just as a word on styling. So we're starting to play with a little bit of stylistic elements. That's not the focus now, Chet. The focus right now is to build functionality. But for instance, right here, I'm just playing with, well, if it's a standard function to be performed, we'd have a standard color for the button, this nice dark blue. If it's something that's dangerous, something that could delete something, it's going to be in red. So anyway, that's why you see that kind of thing. So let me go back to admin. Let me create a branch here. And here I would create a brand new branch. So let's say 014, 12 main, 48, something like that. So I'll just create this branch. And again, the confirmation, and there's my new branch that I just created. So anyway, starting point for this stuff. The last thing I'll show you is, like I said, this agency personnel we just started to build. Create person is not available, but if I click on, say, an agency person name, then I will see this is the person, and there'll be more information. Again, we track for each person at a branch. Right now, it's just a starting point. And here, I've got 3 different areas that I've broken out. One is this person, Chet, has these roles at this branch. He's a case manager and a job developer. It's nice to know. Obviously, when we get to this and I edit the person, I'll be able to change the roles assigned to this person. Edit person is not available to me yet. I haven't built that yet, but you get the idea. And there's 2 other things that I really wanted to show you, Chet, maybe we can talk about a little bit. One is, we've talked about a job developer in particular having a focus on particular job categories that they try to fill with job seekers. Somebody who focuses on, let's say, logistics people, or somebody who focuses on cashier type people, whatever it might be. So we would have those listed here associated with the job developer in particular, and you'd be able to edit that and change that. The other thing, if you remember, we talked about a job developer at an agency or anywhere in the agency will be a primary job developer for job seekers. Each job seeker with the agency has a primary JD or job developer associated with them.
Okay.
So those people would be listed here, and you could change that, take on new job seekers, transfer a job seeker to another job developer, that type of thing.
That's neat. That's neat.
Yeah, thank you. So anyway, a lot more thought to be gone into here, and this is as far as I've taken it. I did want to ask you a little bit about job categories. We're thinking that, a category that one might focus on is, let's say, software developer,
Okay.
or shipping clerk, or, basically it's a category of job. Yeah, go ahead, Chet, please.
Warehouse or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Warehouse manager, that kind of stuff. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to make the definition of the categories available to you. So you can go in there, you can define the categories, and I think the key thing is deciding how granular you want to be, or how high level you want to be. Like a warehouse person is pretty high level. A warehouse manager is fairly a little bit more granular. A warehouse forklift driver is a little bit more granular as well. So we're going to try to design the system so that you can decide how granular you want to be in these categories, and we're not driving it by the system itself. And that's basically it at this point. I can delete you, Chet, but I won't do so. And that's pretty much it at this point.
Now, when you said that, now do you mean that job developers are able to change the category that that they focus in, they get to edit it, or are you just talking about it's going to be embedded in the system before they even get a chance to utilize it?
Well, somebody at the agency is going to be able to change job categories, add job categories, create new job categories. I think that's more of a job for the agency administrator.
Okay, okay.
On the other hand, I'm imagining you'd want each job developer to go in there and say, gee, I'd like to focus on these job categories, these three, and edit themselves.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Okay, I mean, we don't need to make a decision now. We're going to be flexible in who can access these functions, and we can change it pretty readily the way we've architected it. But that's where my thought is going at this point. Because, if some job developer wants to take on yet another job category to fill, they don't want to have to go through some process talking to the agency admin to have that added to their list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we can be as bureaucratic and tight as you need to, or as loose as you'd like it to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe there's something that you need to think about it. What you prefer, if you prefer to centralize these things like adding a user to a specific category, or not? Do you want to tie it up to the admin, so the admin is the only one that can do it, or if you want to allow each job seeker to have a little bit more freedom?
Okay, I guess we have to put ourselves in those people's shoes.
Mhm.
As a manager that does multiple things, how would you feel, meaning as all of us, I have to think about it too, about a job developer saying, hey, I want to change this, I specialize in this, or if we have job developers all kind of wanted to focus on the same thing. I guess I don't have to make it difficult. I guess they can change it themselves. It's just that the administrator have to approve it because maybe all three of them may try to choose the same thing, and that's not really spreading it out. You know what I mean? So we have to be like, hey, somebody has to do something else. Everybody can't do warehouse. We have people here that has nursing degrees or nursing backgrounds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm open to ideas. You guys, you know how it is.
Okay. So good discussion and no decisions needed now. But you kind of see as we develop this, we kind of get into these new areas of questioning.
Okay.
Chat. Also on the admin screen, as I said, this will be added to. One of the fourth areas is, 3 different categories shown here. A fourth area that I'm going to be adding, maybe the next sprint, possibly the sprint after that, is it basically what I call a task list for the agency admin. So those are things that the agency admin has to take care of. And if, for instance, as you just mentioned, two job developers both indicate at the same branch indicate an interest in pursuing the same job categories,
Okay.
maybe you say, I'd like the admin to review that, talk to me about it, and say, check the yes, this is okay, or no, this is not okay button. That would show up in a task list for the agency admin. So there'll be a bunch of things that the agency admin has to do based upon how you'd like the workflow to go. And we'll aggregate all of those things into kind of a to-do list
Okay.
on this page. And from there, the admin can take action,
That's
either independently or directed by you, depending upon how you want it to work.
right.
So this is good. These kind of discussions are really good. They're much better than just staring at screens. We're talking a little bit about how you want it to operate, and that's really what we're trying to do
Mm-hmm.
with these show and tells. Plus, we're also trying to show you every 2 weeks a little bit of additional working code, which is part of the point of a sprint.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it's looking really nice. I'm loving the code. It's looking like it's actually active right now. To be honest with you.
Well, we have a foothold, so that's good.
So yeah.
All right, great. Well, thank you. I think that's it. Hugh, do you want to take it back?
Yes, I'll pick it up.
Yep.
So let me just share my screen again. Everyone. Okay, so you guys are seeing my screen now?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yep.
Uh, okay. So one thing that we'd like to review, and as we said, is the job seeker wireframe. Currently, these are the fields that we are looking for when the job seeker registers. And we would like to know if there is any field that we cannot ask, or like we're not 100% sure about the year of birth, if we can ask it, and also if there is any kind of information here that we should get from the job seeker.
Well, we're gonna have to, I guess, do a little research on that. But a job seeker registering before you get any. Okay, you know how we said we want to make sure these employers are real employers. So we
Yeah.
have research them before we confirm them
Mm-hmm.
or accept them.
Yeah.
So the same thing kind of applies to um, job seekers because employers got to give an EIN. So I'm thinking, do you have that on there? Social Security number, SSN. Um,
Currently, no.
maybe we have to, because that way we can know, if they're a citizen or something like that. Because I had we had like a little meeting with Washington D.C. They came out here speaking to us about um, immigration, about if you hire people who are illegal immigrants, you will be warned the first time, and the second time you will be fined. The third time they might shut your company down or something like that. So we have job seekers that's registering that's not actual able to work in the U.S. Then I guess the system won't really be as good for them. You know what I mean? They can put the information in there. Does that make any sense to you guys? Or
My question is, can you ask for the social security?
you can ask for the Social Security. I'm gonna research it just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what we'll do is it's like a what is it, I-9 form or something. We can take the social, and I guess it runs through the system real quick and lets us know. But I'll do a little research on that just to make sure.
Okay. Uh, So basically, what you see here is a form that we have for the registration of the user. It will look similar to the login screen that we have.
Okay.
In here is just more a sketch to look how the fields will fit in the page and everything. So I can share this with you. I can send you the link so you can look into it again and see if you would like to have more fields on the job seeker, or if it's enough as it is now. Okay.
Okay. And as far as the job seeker registration, everything looks good. We may not have to put the SSN, because once they just registering, and once they actually connect with a job developer or case manager, then they can provide that information um, on a separate note, or it can go directly through the system. So it may be a way for us to connect with the what is that? I can't think of the term. The department. It's a department in the U.S. Basically lets you know if somebody is illegal or not.
ICE,
Immigration one.
ICE.
ICE,
Yep.
yeah. So we're able to link it up to their system where it goes straight in and say, okay, they are right, kind of like cuts down the work.
Okay, we can add the field here as well,
Okay.
and we can make it optional.
Mhm.
So if you want to provide it, you can provide it. And what we can do, we can enforce that social security number be filled up in a later stage if you try to to apply to a job.
Yeah, because I had several people come up to me and ask me to get them some, get them a job, and I have no problem with helping anyone. And then right after this meeting we had, I'm working for the company. It was like, I'm letting you know I don't have a green card or something. They told me they said a work permit,
Yeah.
something like that, and it was like and my information expired, and I was
Oh,
like, I can talk to an employer, but they may not hire you because of that, because
Yeah.
we by law not supposed to. Yeah,
well, at the very least, if we can't collect the Social Security number, Chad, for
yeah,
security purposes, or people are very afraid of identity theft these days.
yes,
So entering that would be, I think, people would hesitate. We could also ask, are you a U.S. citizen? If not, are you eligible to work in the U.S.? And if you are a green card or whatever it is holder, we can ask for a particular registration number. Like
yeah.
we could bounce off some government agency, as you mentioned, to confirm that they're good to go in terms of working in the U.S.
That's right. That's right. And that's
I'm not
actually
sure. I'm not sure you can ask that information, like
oh,
you're an U.S. citizen or something like that. The only thing that you can ask, I believe it's, just check something.
I think that is the second level of information. Once they're
I
registered,
think
then we can.
I think the only thing that
I see a lot of sites that uh, job seeker sites that ask for,
but
are you a U.S. citizen?
something that we don't it's the way we can't what you call it, you can't discriminate. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the system can like to discriminate against a person.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look at. I have the book they gave me. It says certain things you can ask, certain things you can't. They're supposed to fill out forms if needed, and you submit it to them, and they'll actually do the research and let us know or something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, something like a background check.
Yeah,
But
background check.
in
That one.
terms of citizenship, I believe you can ask if he is available, if he can work on that particular in the US in the particular state or whatever. But I'm not sure if that you can ask things like, "Are you from Brazil?" or something
Yeah,
like that. That kind of
yeah,
information you
yeah. I
cannot
don't
ask.
think you ask. I don't think you ask stuff like that.
Yeah.
No adverse impacts.
It may be state specific too. I know in Massachusetts you can ask if the person's a U.S. citizen, and
Or
if
you,
not, are they eligible to work in the U.S., etc.
Yeah, maybe phrase like that. It's possible to ask that information. But the thing is, you can never ask the person where they are from.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the
I,
thing, because in that way you could discriminate people.
That's right. That's right.
I believe it's you can never if it's a like if it's a Latino, you cannot ask him if he's a Latino or something. There's some sort of barriers there that you cannot pass.
And these are all real world things. So I'm glad that we're speaking up. I wish
mm,
I know we were talking about this. I could have dug through my things and found the books that they left. Um, it wasn't ICE that came. I guess they're above ICE. That government department that came out here.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, ICE is immigration,
yeah,
and
That's
uh,
that's
immigration. So the ones that might have gone there, it's maybe employment. I'm not sure who they are, but there should be a branch of employment something.
yes. It was like a branch or something, and they just pretty much was educating us on a couple of things. But that was last year.
Hey, Chet, the other thing I'd think about, and I think you took this as an action item, was the year of birth. I can tell you in Massachusetts, you are absolutely not allowed to ask that because that would lead to age discrimination. I don't
Okay.
know, it may in Michigan it may be different.
Well, what we want to do is we don't want our system to discriminate against anyone. So if certain things are going to like it's going to discriminate, I guess we should take it out and we'll let the employers. They want to get in trouble for doing certain things.
Exactly.
That's that's on them because that's right. I have a lot of clients that's they're 50 years old and they'll be like 50 and up. They'll be like, oh, I can't get a job. They won't hire me. I got a master's degree, but I'm 50, and they, I'm like, really? So yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything that's discriminating, we can remove. You know, because we're not actually the ones doing the hiring. But
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. If you could give us guidance on all that stuff, that would be great. Because
Okay.
we're not experts by any means.
I'm gonna do a little research about what's discriminating, what's not,
Mm-hmm.
and what can you ask um, for us, like personal information for employment or something.
Mm-hmm. Great. That'd be helpful.
Okay, so that's it. Now, I believe we don't have any more question for chat at this point.
Anybody have some questions? No.
I've already asked mine.
Okay, so chat, do you have any question that you'd like to see answered?
No, Joel. I don't have any questions right now. I just gotta, you got me thinking, so I
Mhm.
just gotta do a little homework.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So we are going to keep. I know the priorities are the same as the last sprint, but we got a little bit hang up on one or two points. So we are going to finish up the employee registration this this sprint. We also intend to finish up the job seeker registration,
Hmm.
as we already have the layout. This is all always fluid, so if we need to add some field, if we need to remove some field, we can do it
Okay.
always. If not in this sprint, we can do it in the next sprint. This is never a closed book, and we are going to keep on adding new stuff to the administration area, as Patrick said before. Um, so if currently, I believe this will be more interactive in the future. Not sure if I already stated this or not, but when we have all the platform working and the thing that we have is like new features and everything, this little part, um, I believe you'll have more input to give. Like I prefer to develop this feature first and the other and everything, so we can go forward with this. And also, um, basically just check on point saying that we are going to meet on the 18th of,
Um,
so basically in 2 weeks. Is that okay?
the 18th. Is it a way we can do it? The 18th is my son's birthday. Is it a way we can do it the day before or the day after, if possible? Not then have to just talk to my wife and see
No,
what
no, no,
time.
no, no. We can. I believe we can do it the day before at the same hour.
Is it what time?
Seven. It's the 17th at 5:30. Or do you prefer Saturday?
It's on you guys. If you guys can do Saturday, this is one time.
You
Yeah, I
prefer
could
it
do that.
Saturday?
Okay,
Mm.
that'd be awesome.
Okay, so maybe 10.
10 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
If that what y'all want to do, we can do that.
I'm okay with it.
17th. Check.
10. Let me just to make sure. 10. It's the 19th.
18.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit early for you.
Who in California right now?
Yeah, it is in East Coast 10. My time is 7 o'clock.
Virginia, you like 3 hours behind me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be like 7 there.
So, I mean, you guys want to choose another time?
Yeah. It's a Saturday, 8 o'clock is okay for me.
Yeah, it's okay? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we will schedule. I'll just change the date here to 10. 10 Eastern time. It's going to be Saturday, the 19th.
How old's your son, Chet?
He's 7. He'll be 8 years old.
Oh, he's a little guy.
Yep.
Great. It's exciting.
He's a little big guy, right? He upstairs right now talking about he wants some WWE characters, so I gotta find him something, right?
Aha. You better find it.
Yep, find him. Yep. So Saturday
Yeah,
and
Saturday the 19th at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Eastern time.
Okay, so 10 a.m. Eastern time will be 8 for Virginia. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Isn't 10 a.m. Eastern time will be 7 for Vijay, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
7.
yeah. She said 8. Yeah, she can do it at 8 o'clock.
That means you have to change 11 o'clock.
So 11. Okay. So just change it up here. Okay. So 11 o'clock. Eastern time. Are you okay with the hour?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's it. If you guys want to say anything else, if there's anything that you like to mention.
I'm pretty much all set.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So I'll send you the link so you can take a look at the fields that we have there.
Okay.
And when you have some time and can do some research, then you can just come back to us.
And if you guys know something too, just let me know. As far as like what you can actually,
Okay.
Will do.
So thank you.
Right, John?
And we'll see us again Saturday.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Saturday.
Okay.
Back to jail. Take care.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye now.
Good job, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you.